Hey friends, it's Emily from burlapkitchen.com. I found this at a thrift store and we're going to give it a farmhouse makeover. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it with chalk paint. Now, when you're painting something like this that has sort of a shiny surface, you're going to want to use chalk paint just because it will adhere a little bit better to the surface. So I made sure it was good and dry before I flipped it around. I did paint all the sides. I just kind of spared you me painting the backs and all of that. So once I get everything painted and dried, I came in with this sanding block and I just scuffed it up good to give it that rustic look. And I just went over the ridges so it just sort of, that metal shines through. Once it was sanded, now I'm using one of these chickens. So we have these in our shop. They come in a set of 3 and each one is a different size. There's a large, a medium, and then a smaller one. I'm using the medium size chicken for this project. So I painted it with some black and then, of course, I made sure it was dry and gave it a scuff with my sandpaper. Now I'm going to come over to my bow dabra and I'm going to go ahead and make a fabric bow. So I'm just using some fabric and some, I want to say it's called Excelsior. Let me know in the comments if I'm saying it right. I think that's what it's called. So I'm just filling that in between the fabric. And you can see I just used a couple different types of fabric. I got my fabric from Jubilee Fabric. They have really pretty fabrics there. So once I was done making that, I just tied it off and then I glued it to the top here of the little canister that I got at a thrift store. Next, I'm coming in with my antique wax and I'm going to stain over this button. And then I found this little tag. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby last year. And it was like in a pack of like maybe 5. So I took one of those out and stained it. And then I used a marker and just wrote farm on it. You could obviously write whatever you want on this tag. And then I'm just going to glue it in the center of my bow and then glue my button on top of that. So then I'd use the E6, or not the E6000. I used the Stick Fast to glue the chicken in place. And then I put some foam in the top of the container. And I got this pretty greenery at Hobby Lobby and I put that down in the center. And then I found these flowers. I wanted a little pop of color, so I found these flowers also at Hobby Lobby and I just cut off some of those and put them down in amongst the greenery. And that is it. This project turned out so cute. I'll go ahead and link the chicken cutouts down below for you. Thanks so much for watching.